Uh, how's your meditation been going in the last week?
Yeah,
Start with Clive.
it's fine. I managed to kind of take some time out every day in the afternoon, and I would say I'm getting more committed. I'm not. I don't like having to miss. Maybe a month ago I would be. Oh, I'll be okay. I'll do it later. But I tend to kind of say no. I'm better having my break now.
Very good.
Mm,
Have you started journaling yet?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Cheryl?
It's going well. I'm journaling. Uh, I think I've missed one day this week journaling, but I've meditated every day. Um, what else can I say? You know, I don't find that I have any kind of amazing insights or happenings during my meditation, but in the rest of my life, things kind of pop up. It's kind of interesting the way that happens. And I've read that sometimes that does happen. It's not
Yes.
for everybody, it's not during meditation. Sometimes it's just in life where all of a sudden you go, oh, wow.
Right.
Uh, I never thought of that way, you know?
Yes,
So,
and you've started some processes going on in your mind with the meditation, and the processes just continue to go on.
mm-hmm,
So that, again, to me, that's real positive.
mm-hmm.
So why don't we then get started with today's activity, and we'll start with our usual 10-minute meditation. And here's a pretty picture and the gong. Okay, let me do one more thing. Okay, what I would like to talk about today is what is, for most people, the subjective nature of all experience. And usually we don't think about it this way, but when you see a rose, for example, or a flower, what happens is your eyes are picking up this visual image and then they are sending it to your brain via the optic nerve. And your brain constructs an image of the flower. And what you see is not the flower, but your brain's construction of the flower. So it gets deeper than that. For most people, it is deep enough so that for the most part, what they perceive is not the world, but their own projections of the world that are kind of superimposed over uh, what is actually there. And so, one of the things that starts to happen in meditation is you start to break through these projections and be able to experience what is actually there. There's a Zen story about this that I've liked for a very long time. In Japan, it was traditional for a traveling monk to be able to stay at a zendo, a teaching place. And for them to do that, then it was usual for the head monk, the abbot, to uh, give them an interview and kind of make sure that they were qualified to stay there. And at this day, at this monastery, the abbot was busy, and a visitor came and asked to stay the night. And the abbot, instead of handling the interview himself, he sent his younger brother. Now, his younger brother was not too mentally sharp, and he had had an accident uh, where he was blinded in one eye. And anyway, so the brother and the traveling monk went together in a room and were just there briefly. And the monk came out and said to the abbot, I'm sorry, I must leave. I was bested in the dialogue, and so I must go. And the abbot was amazed that his brother bested anybody in a spiritual dialogue. And so he asked, what happened? And the monk said, well, we had a silent dialogue. And it started, I held up one finger, standing for the Buddha. And then he held up two fingers, standing for the Buddha and his teachings. And then I replied, holding up three fingers, standing for the Buddha, his teachings, and his followers. And then he replied with a closed hand, saying, they are all one. And so I must leave. Thank you. and he left. And about the time he got out the door, the brother came out of the interview room, and he was just steaming angry. And he said, some people, no matter what you do, they just can't be nice. And he went after me right away from the beginning. And he said, "You have only one eye." And I was trying to be polite. And I said, "Yes, but you have two eyes." And then he said, still after me, "But between us, we have three eyes." And then I was going to hit him, but he left. And so, again, your experience depends on where you stand and what you're carrying with you. And what we hope through the meditation is to clear out all of the noise and just be there.
Mm.
Okay, so that's it for the Zen stories today. And now let us proceed with meditation. And we have our recorded meditation that we'll watch from the Daily Calm. Assuming, okay, here it goes.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Let's start today's session by finding a comfortable position with a tall, straight back. Allow your arms to rest gently. When you're ready, close your eyes. Bring full attention to this very moment, settling in and allowing the mind and body to still. And with openness, patience, and curiosity, bring your awareness to the breath. Taking a deep breath in and releasing it fully. Follow the breath as it flows in and out of your body. And taking one last deep breath before letting the breath settle. Allowing it to feel natural and easy. Don't try to force the breath or regulate it in any way. Just allow it to flow naturally on its own. And we'll scan down the body now, concentrating our attention from part to part. Start by bringing your attention to the top of your head and scalp, feeling whatever's happening in this area. You might feel tingling or heat, throbbing or soft vibrations. There may be strong sensation, or you might not feel much at all. Now lower your attention to your forehead, face, and jaw. Allow the muscles here to relax. On your next out-breath, let that sensation dissolve. Lower your focus to the neck, letting the throat and sides and back of the neck soften. Notice any sensation that arises on the surface of the skin or deeper within. Now bring your attention to your shoulders, noticing if there's any tension or strain. Breathe into your shoulders, and if any parts feel tight, allow them to relax. Extend your awareness down the arms, towards the wrists, palms, and fingers. On the next out-breath, allow them to soften. Now come to the chest, observing the rise and fall of each breath. Notice how the lungs expand and contract. Direct your attention to your upper and lower back. There may be some intensity, as this is an area where we commonly hold stress. If you notice any tension or warmth or discomfort, just observe what's there. With each breath you take, soften just a little bit more. Moving your focus around to your abdomen. Notice it expanding, filling up with air, and slowly emptying on the exhale. Then bring your attention to your pelvis. Notice where your body makes contact with the ground or your chair. And direct your breath into this area, relaxing into stillness. Now scan your legs, observing your thighs. Notice where they make contact with your cushion or chair. Lowering your attention to your knees and your shins and calves. Let your legs soften and tensions release. When you're ready, breathe into your ankles, your feet, and toes. Let them relax and become soft, sinking into a state of relaxed awareness. And as we near the end of the session, take a moment to notice how you feel. You may find that you're more relaxed, as this is often a common outcome of meditation. And this is one of the reasons why it's so helpful to meditate during times of stress. When we're experiencing stress, our amygdala fires up and it's difficult to make thoughtful decisions. So if we find our mind is clouded due to overwhelm, we can use meditation as a tool to calm the mind down. Ideally, we want to meditate in a preventative way so we don't get to that point. But the practice is here for you whenever you need it. And as we near the end of the session, bring your attention back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And slowly open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Calm. I invite you to bring this state of peace with you into the day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.